everybody, welcome back. Today we'll be doing our Monday reading, and I hope you're having a great day and that you have a great rest of your week. Today I'll be using my cat tarot since I finally decided to get it out. It was illustrated by Megan Lynn Knott. Right there. Find out the rest of your week. Okay. I always feel like this is one of my more direct decks that I own. But it's also a little more confusing because I remember this one, I believe, is a swords card, but I always confuse it for the hangman because he's like upside down, like you think the hangman would be. But then I think this card is really direct, in my opinion. But yeah, okay. See if I can reference which sword card this is. Reminding myself why I typically stick within one deck, because like you get so used to your one deck. Yes, 10 of Swords. Oop. And it is reversed. Okay, so we have 10 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Hermit sideways. Okay, interesting. 10 of Swords typically indicates like a ending time of a great anxiety or depression, some kind of worry, but typically it represents the end of that. Hermit can be a bit of a defensive. And 3 of Wands is typically... Wands are associated with magic, and especially in this, it's sort of the string theory. Especially the back turned. So maybe a sort of deciding if there's an end to some kind of turmoil. And that's why this one's in limbo. See if we can get some clarity. Okay, yes. So we have the Death card, which represents the end of a hard time. So there's definitely an ending to a very stressful situation. And Queen of Cups. So it's definitely a sense of discontentness, especially within relationships. Usually that sort of represents relationships. So maybe deciding to end a sort of depressing defensive time, accepting the abundance that you have in relationships, letting all this negativity sort of end, and entering a new era. Quite the Monday. This one came out like tilted like that. Flipped it like this. Again, it sort of goes with this card. And the fact that it's sideways again, like this Hermit card, is very... And it's tilting. It's like spinning, like Wheel of Fortune almost. 6 on my recording clock right now. I typically associate 6 with like love and especially self-care and love. So maybe taking care of yourself, choosing yourself over this pack of others, ending this whole situation and becoming this. Okay. The World. Again, it's sort of a spinning thing. Canaries in coal mines. Lab rat kind of thing. Again, with this red string, it's very connected. Ten of Pentacles. Making money. Not feeling like a sacrificial lamb anymore. Yeah. Entering Queen of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Severing these ties. It's almost like cutting ties to someone else and tying back to yourself. And making that decision is like a limbo decision. Like it's a reverse card and it's sideways. The Empress sideways. So you feel like maybe you're being tyrannical or like, I don't know, like you're worried you're doing something wrong almost. Hangman. Oops, she's jumping. What was underneath that? Got a Hangman. We've got 9 of Pentacles. Again, like the red string is very... 7 of Swords. Like a lucky fight. A fight you won. 3 of Cups upside down. Yeah, so definitely a relationship that you're trying to decide how to end. This pot is very particular. I don't know, something about it. Maybe there's someone who has a plant that looks like that, or someone's watering their own plant, getting their own money, and you're kind of making, like you don't feel like you're part of that 3 of Cups. Again, the Canary. King of Swords. Page of Swords. The bit, like, you're deciding if you're gonna fight this or not. Am I gonna trim my nails, or am I gonna fight? Yeah, that's a... Yeah. Very polarizing. Like, two opposites. Ooh. Yeah. Are you making the decision to sever yourself from this person? Or not? But then, under all of that, you have these two cards. You have Queen of Cups and the Death card. And a lot of references to this, like, severing of a string. The change is happening. The cat's running away. You're sleeping peacefully. You're not trapped anymore. Yeah. You feel like you're making the decision, but it's already been made. So maybe it's more, you've already made this decision. You already know that you're coming into fruition. Yeah. The Hanged Man. Yeah. Severing your ties to this other person who's sort of like trying to control you. Maybe you got yourself. I hate when there's sort of this thing of like, well, you put yourself here so you can get yourself out. But it's like beyond that. It's like someone led you up, like even if it's a squirrel or whatever it is, something, you ran up the tree for a reason. Trigger warning, like maybe you were chased up this tree. And now you're sitting here trying to be like, I don't want to be tied to this thing anymore. But this person's still trying to fuck around. But Hangman is a card of saying you will get out of this situation, especially when you pair it with the Death card. Yeah. So there's definitely endings, embracing these energies. I just find this to be so interesting. It was this card and swords over here. The duality that I've been getting in these readings are just like out of this world. Like the two opposite energy of like, am I gonna trim my claws or not? But I already know that I already know that it's done. So why am I questioning it? When all the backs are turned and I'm choosing myself and I'm deciding how much of a hermit I want to be, and I know that I'm severing these things, but I'm questioning, am I the Empress? That's fascinating. I mean, it's a very polarizing feeling, I imagine, to have these all going on at the same time. But even with all of that, there's like, you know, like maybe you didn't fight at one point, when maybe disharmony kind of started. Maybe you didn't know how to get out of it until you did. And now it's over. And now you're accepting that you're here. This has brought about these two. Success, money, and peace. Peace in relationships. Peace in your finances. Severing connections to people who don't. And on top of my deck over here is this card. It's been a while since I've used this deck, so I believe this is Three of Pentacles. Something about love and money. Like, all of this turmoil, all of this whole jumbled thing, it's just like, oh, I'm figuring it out. I don't know how to get out of it. Oh, I'm going through all of these things, all these Tens of Swords. Oh, I've got all this anxiety that's kind of like figuring out how to get down and how to come to this ending position. And now it's done. It's over. Whole situation gone. We've got the sun, and even here I've got the sun sideways on top. And you're wondering if it'll come out. But then you have all of this over here. Especially this card. Yeah. And it's like warm. Calming, like roses and silver spoons and like the abundance that exists over here. You're questioning it, but don't even do that. Because you've got this. You've got the knowledge that you've done so much to change your reality that you don't need to question all of it. You just, yeah. I suppose it would be this. Yeah. Relationships and money, relationships and money. All right. I mean, normally I ask for clarification, but I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, really direct. Like I said, this is my most direct of my cards that I've used consistently. I do have a new deck, so we'll see how direct she is in comparison, but yeah. Just content. not fighting in these relationships anymore. As per usual, going to be doing my Little Frog's Guide to Self-Care. Let's see. Alright, what advice help this person going into this week? I do not expect perfection from others, so I will not expect it from myself. I think that goes really beautifully with today's reading. Like, if it took you a minute to figure out how to fight off a really hard situation, or, you know, maybe you knew that something just wasn't quite aligned with you and you didn't quite know how to get down yet. That doesn't make you anything but human. You don't have to be perfect. It's impossible to be perfect. And doing the best you can is as close as you can get to perfection, because that's being human. So I think it's a really good card. All right. I decided to introduce this Stretch and Breathe deck that I got by Olivia H. Miller. So let's see. What is a good yoga stretch? Upper body stretches, 16, 6, self-care, 1, can be individual. Wrist extension stretch and a wrist flexion stretch. Alrighty. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a magical rest of your week. Bye.